Another batch of light snow for the upper Midwest, another fire risk for the Eastern Rockies. Good morning, I'm Meteorologist Dispute. It's February 25th, 2026. So starting with the upper Midwest to the Northeast, you guys have probably saw some remnants of the snow from last night as of this morning, though some places probably didn't get that much snow accumulation unless you live on the southern part of Lake Superior, the eastern parts of Lake Michigan or Lake Erie, or on the western side of the Appalachians. You guys probably saw a little bit more snow accumulation of a couple inches. And unfortunately, that's going to continue on pretty much throughout the day today into the evening. Even though we're still having the remnants of this low pressure in Canada that's passing through, we are still having, if we look at 850 millibars at the low levels, we are still having some westerly flow, and that's helping encourage that lake effect snow. Now looking a bit higher at 500 millibars, so we have this trough here, and that's caused that low pressure that caused the snow from yesterday and today. But now we're going to have another shortwave trough that's coming from the Alberta area. And we call that a clipper, and that's going to be coming to the upper Midwest again, and that's going to cause a little bit of more light snow. So overnight tonight, places like northern parts of Minnesota and eventually Wisconsin and Michigan are going to see a little bit more snow. Maybe about like 1 to 2 inches of more additional snowfall, not too crazy, but that's going to occur pretty much late tonight into tomorrow morning. Now, if we go a little bit more south into the Midwest, we are going to have a surface high pressure here. And for these areas, we're going to have some pretty sunny conditions, and it's going to be pretty nice. Also, in the Eastern Rockies, we are going to have a low pressure that's going to develop. And so with high pressures being clockwise flow, low pressures being counterclockwise flow, there's going to be a bit of an area that's going to be kind of sandwiched. And when you have winds at the surface that are going to converge with each other, that's a natural way to produce some lift. And so we're both going to have some isolated storms, but we're also going to have a little bit of a snow streak in places like South Dakota, Midwest, and throughout maybe into like Indiana and Ohio. And so simultaneously, we're gonna have snow in all these areas throughout the day today and into tomorrow morning. At the same time, just a little bit more south of that, we are maybe see some isolated thunderstorms or two, but at least some light rain. Now looking back at 500 millibars throughout the country, we are gonna have a lot of westerly flow. And with that, we're gonna have a lot of wind speeds aloft too, especially in the Midwest, Southern Plains. And that's gonna be one of the reasons for a lot of lift because of the shear. But in addition to that, with that westerly flow in the vicinity of the Eastern Rockies, again, we're going to have another fire risk because we're going to have a lot of downslope wind, and that's going to go down from the mountain doing three things. One, it's going to warm these temperatures up. Two, it's going to dry this area up, but also we're going to have a lot of wind speeds too. And the wind speeds are going to go throughout the Eastern Rockies from the north to the south too. And we're going to have wind speeds from like 20 to 35 miles per hour sustained. We may even see wind gusts from like 50 to 70 in some places, especially if you live on the border of Wyoming and Colorado. But in terms of fire, we're going to have the most fire risk going from the eastern Colorado to New Mexico and Texas, but especially from New Mexico to Texas.